Hey everyone, welcome to Tellor Dev Call, December 12th. So, yeah, exciting week ahead of us. I know it's like starting to become the lull period kind of before Christmas, so um, probably not too much exciting things go because even like some calls and stuff, you're starting to see people say like, "Oh, push it till next month." But no, it's exciting for us. You know, we're continuing to work with a bunch of people. We're continuing to sort of make strides there. Um, yeah, I guess we can just kind of get started with what people are working on, and just kind of go from there. So I guess we'll start. Ryan, how's things going?
Things are going well. Mainly focusing right now on the how to sample using Teller video that Tim produced. I'm gonna try to chop that up and get it out as soon as possible. And then on top of that, for dev stuff, I'm still working out some graph kinks and still looking at uh, the voting page.
Okay. Oh, can you add some stuff to the Funda feed?
Yeah,
So just on the form inputs. So Spuddy realized this when people were doing it. So like, um, we should just have some minimum thresholds. Like the smart contract will allow you to put anything in, but like it on the heartbeat, it shouldn't be less than every 5 minutes. Like if you want a price update every minute on it, like you should have to like go through some extra steps. Like it's just, you know, especially some people were even putting like 10 seconds and then it just
okay.
gets
That's
weird.
not a heartbeat, that's a heart attack.
Yeah, and then same with the price threshold. The price threshold should be at least 1%. Um, on the price, some people had put 0.25%. Like this is crypto. Like you could literally, like you couldn't even like it wouldn't even be a disputed value. So, if the price was 100 and you put 100.5, like nobody would even dispute that. So
Yeah.
like it technically could just make it so you could just submit all day every day. And then same with like the good window. So just think through like what they should be like, because there was some like, like for Ampleforth, you have to submit within the hour for it to be considered a good price. Some people were saying like I want it updated every hour, but you have to submit within the next 30 seconds. Um, and that one's, like make that one at least like 5 minutes, depending on what the other ones are, but like at least a minute, or you know, probably say even like 5 minutes, just because the problem you hit there is that like with block times. So, Telly says, okay, it's good to submit, package the transaction, send it off to submit. Let's say that takes 30 seconds, and it takes 30 seconds to get included in a block. That's a minute right there. You missed the window, and you can't claim. So, um, yeah. So that's anyway. So if you are out there watching this video and making price feeds, just think hard about how the stuff actually works. If you want something crazy fast, like updating every 5 seconds, like you're gonna have to write something custom for it. It's just a whole different ball game. So, all right, but
Would anybody even submit? Because it will be it could be very expensive on gas. So
it would be way too expensive on gas. Yeah, I mean, you would be blowing through tons of money. And then same.
yeah, tip, the tip has to be worth it.
Yeah, and also too, like make sure that whenever people do the like a tip amount, like that's in TRB. So like there should be like you you can't put 0.001 TRB as a tip. Like nobody's ever going to submit for that. Like, it's fractions of a penny. Even over on Polygon, even if it is greater than the gas price, like people won't submit for a penny. It's just not going to happen. Um, so on some feed that you don't know. So yeah, those things are, I think, just easy changes we can make.
So like do like a minimum one TRB, you think, or
Not one TRB, like even 50 cents in US dollars would be
okay.
like a good start.
Okay.
Like just so it's not some ridiculously low amount that's just like clogging up the data feed and
Yeah.
wasting our time. Um,
Cool.
okay, thanks. Tally.
Hey, I'm working on debugging the mimicry implementation. I'm actually working with one of their devs. We're looking through my Python implementation together, to figure out why it's producing the wrong number, for the main algorithm that they want to report. I also repaired the GitHub Actions for over the weekend for the automatic updates to the monitor. And I'm gonna grab a Tellor issue. I have free hands, so
Cool.
there's something else that's pressing.
Do you want a quick hackathon project? I thought would be a fun one. For
Oh
like,
yeah,
yeah. So like, I want to see. It's a good try and go through the docs. Use like the new sample using Tellor. Like I know we haven't done that in a while. Like since 360, like one of us goes through it and
yeah,
puts a project on chain. I thought it would be fun to do like a chat GPT or on chain. So like you could just ask it a question and then you throw the answer on chain.
okay. Yeah, that's interesting.
It would be fun. Probably get a little, like you should be able to do it in what, an hour or so.
Yeah,
Like so you probably won't be able to build IntelliJ support for it, but it could just be like a manual entry.
yeah.
And then yeah, so that would be cool.
Should I write a data spec?
Yeah, write a quick data spec.
Okay.
Just like return the response. So it would be like a string, and then you'd have to like turn the string into bytes to submit it
Okay.
on chain.
Nice.
But then yeah, then Tellor is a on-chain API for AI. Cool.
Yeah. Nice. Thanks.
Yeah, so I think, but then also the big reason we want you to go over it, just we made a bunch of changes to using Tellor and sample using Tellor.
Yeah.
So like make sure you're using the newest one and just going through the docs, like, does it still work?
Like an npm install and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't like pull the repos, do it like how the docs say, and make sure that Tim's changes are kosher.
Okay.
So cool. Thanks, Tally. Akram.
Hello. Made some minor changes to the tip listener code, added a test that shows that one-time tips are not being suggested after submission. I think that was an issue. The code change that the code change that I made was actually for small numbers. It was causing it to always meet price threshold because it was turning it into an int from a float, so it's always being 0, so it's always being met. So fix that. Added a test for it as well. I guess for the agenda for the week, I'm gonna do. There's the get data before still have to finish in the packed code for the binary search. There's a missing getter I'm gonna add, and still working on trying to deploy to DevNet and interact with the contract. And also check out the bridge they suggested. It's a little bit. It's not a simple just passing through token. So, and then that's it.
Yeah, good luck. But no, thank you.
Thanks.
And did they ever get back to set up calls on a more recurring basis, or I don't think so.
No, not yet. But I was actually thinking them a little bit later.
Cool. I know they want us to use like the Discord more, so
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
yeah.
It's private channel, so
Okay.
same thing.
Cool. Tim?
Yeah, so I'm circling back to the Python tipper bot
Oh yeah.
for mimicry. Yeah, I just had a simple like Python tipping script set up, but going to add the actual functionality we wanted, like the automation.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Okay, nice. And then Spotty. Is this a new camera angle?
Do I have audio? Sure.
You do. It's very gamer. It's nice.
Cool. I
I've been trying to make sense. On Friday, I did a little bit of reorganizing to make sense of what's going on the test nets, to make sure that we're running things in a way that we can find problems, and I'll know what address has what problem, and I can run the timestamps tip scanner on just a couple of addresses. My Mumbai reporters have, I mean, I've been submitting for all kinds of tips on Mumbai, but I haven't claimed any of them. So I gotta work on that, I think, so that when new tips come in, I can make sure that that's all working correctly. I gotta clear out the old stuff.
Nice. Cool. And then I think Krem was Ryan's gonna fix like some of the threshold stuff for the prices and whenever people are tipping through the fund to feed, but just make sure you're testing some of that stuff out with him whenever he pops that up.
I've still yet to make my first funded feed.
Okay. Yeah.
Some
So
tips.
Ryan can fix it and make a video.
If anybody's gonna go over that, let me know.
Okay. Somebody should. So Brenda.
I'm good. Mike, I'm gonna continue going through the docs. So I don't know if anybody else is touching them today. Let me know so I can repull.
When are we deploying Syscoin or Binance Chain?
Who wants to deploy with me?
Yeah, let me know. Maybe we can do it this afternoon, or I'm free tomorrow too.
Like at 1 or something, or are you?
Yeah, I might be at lunch, but
Okay.
we can. Yeah, so for those listening, we got reached out to by. So we got Binance Chain, Syscoin. There's a bunch of EVM chains, and basically, we're at the point now with Tellor, like we've made it so easy to deploy on a lot of these chains. We're just gonna go do it. You know, it'll take Brenda and I a half hour to an hour to deploy on these chains. We're reaching out to them, you know, they're going to make us sort of part of their Oracle integration. And then if there are users over there that want to use it, it's super easy for us to spin it up. So, you know, basically the basic requirement we can launch on your chain if you're an EVM and you have a bridge. That's kind of about it. So we're going to start this kind of new strategy reaching out. It's just going to get us sort of better known in the ecosystem.
Yep. I got a call with Phantom after this and then Starknet on Thursday.
Cool.
So we can do those two next week.
Yeah. No, it's super simple. So that's awesome. All right. Anything else, guys, or questions?
Hey, I have my first dev update.
All right.
I fixed the API, the circulating supply API that Tally built to add in our new Gnosis safe.
All right.
Like a 2-minute long task that took me an hour of banging my head against the wall, but it was very satisfying. So,
Mike.
yeah.
Why did you take it out? We would have a bigger market cap.
Because I'm still in conversation with
Right.
CoinMarketCap to get them to fix the circulating supply on their website, and you know, I mean, this is the calculation we used was, you know, the total supply minus our multi-sig minus the dev share, and you know, now we have 30,000 tokens sitting in another wallet, so I just wanted to account for that. So
Okay.
Perfect.
Yep.
So, Akram, do you want to do like one last packed walkthrough, like next week? Not one last one, but like meaning last one before Christmas and the holidays.
Yeah, let's do it later in the week. We'll schedule.
Or next Tuesday. Because I feel like he has a lot to do. Like he was like the bridge, finishing off a couple of functions, deploying, still testing, I'm guessing. So, I mean, I feel like if it's Friday, you know, I don't know, maybe too soon. But you tell me.
I mean,
yes.
I'm down for whatever, but obviously I'll have more stuff to show next week than this week. Won't I'm not sure even how much I'll have to show this week, but at least next week I'll have more to show. It'll be more,
So
I guess, a
maybe
full walkthrough.
maybe like Tuesday or something.
Sounds good to me. That's
Look at
fine.
the calendar. Okay, perfect.
Cool. Questions, Ryan?
Yes, got some good questions in the deep questions for the team channel on Discord. So thanks for utilizing that. How does Tellor staking compare to Chainlink's first iteration of staking? Also, yeah, we'll start with that one.
Yeah. I mean, I from what I know about Chainlink staking, so I'd kind of answered it. So Chainlink staking is sort of a joke at the moment. I think it always is planning to be a joke, but that's up for debate. Basically you just stake your tokens and they're locked for a whole year. But and you get 5% on it. You can't get slashed as far as I know. I think like the only way you get slashed is like if the whole ETHUSD feed goes down, and technically, but there's like no practical way of how it even makes sense. But basically, yeah, basically they just started something to where you deposit a stake and then you can get rewards. That's the idea. In the future, I think that what they plan on doing is like you can stake and then it's used to secure the feed in some way, like which I don't even know, but basically like all you people can lose money if the reporters misbehave, which if the reporters misbehave, then the money goes somewhere.
Okay.
They haven't necessarily made it clear. So yeah.
But they asked about the first iteration. So it's just basically they're just getting rewards for their stake. With us, the difference is that you need the stake to be allowed to report, and that's how you earn stakes. Or
Well,
not
well you
stakes,
can
earn
get some
rewards.
money if you just stake.
2%, yeah.
Yeah.
You get 2% of the tips, or tips
Sure.
and time-based rewards. But it's not locked forever, and there is a mechanism where you can lose your stake if you're actually submitting.
Yeah. For us, the only reason we pay you that is because we want you to be like a reporter on standby. So
Yeah.
paying
Or
you to,
votes.
yeah, to vote and to not have your coins on a centralized exchange.
So for us, it's part of the system.
Right.
It's not a money-making strategy or anything like that for us. It's not.
It's not its main purpose, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. But it was super lame. Chain linking staking didn't even pump their price that much. So it's,
Yeah.
It was like a sell the news event, I guess.
I know you're supposed to announce staking and then your price goes up. That's why you do staking. It's a beautiful thing because it forces people to buy your coin.
Maybe it doesn't work because they've been saying that staking was coming for so long now. That's all they talk about.
Yes.
Is like staking is coming. So then it actually happens. And there's some traders that are like, price is going to pump, right? I've been waiting for this for years, and then it didn't. So they're like,
It's already,
screw it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like the halving. Like Bitcoin's going to the moon because of the halving. And then the halving comes and nothing changes, and you're like, oh damn it. But anyway.
Yeah, not link trading advice. I don't trade anything.
Yeah,
especially
and
not
and
link.
if you have anybody out there who would be willing to do, I would love to do a deep dive on Chainlink staking. But I don't know enough I don't know who would ever do one. So maybe we can dig through the code at some point.
Cool. There was a follow-up. I mean, basically he also asked, did you catch Sasha's talk on TRB at the Blockchain Oracle Summit? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, she really liked it, right? I mean, I think the big critique of Sasha's then, like we're friends with Sasha. Like she did, I was hanging out with her there. She was the host on the deep dive for Tellor. She went over it. I think some of her critique of Tellor, is that you do have to wait. If you want super fast data, you can have some time to wait, and then our market cap's a little bit low, which is fair. So, you know, not really much there.
Thanks for those questions. That was cloudy. Thanks for popping in there. We got one from Chewy, who asked, I read the new article by Hacker Noon and noticed mention of a partnership with the NFT prediction market Mimicry. What are the details on that?
What are you doing over there, Tally?
Yeah, we're implementing kind of a complex algorithm called Tammy, and so they want two things. They want this algorithm called Tammy, which is sort of hard to explain, and maybe I don't know. I don't know if it makes sense to explain it, but it's just an NFT measurement.
It's the market cap, basically, right? Or the floor price.
It's like kind of a variation on the floor price.
Yeah.
But so there's that, and then they also want the market cap.
Yeah.
And that's the data that they want. They wrote it in TypeScript, so I sort of had two options, which was like host an API. We don't really like doing that. We're not infrastructure specialists. So they wrote it in TypeScript, and I re-implemented it in Python, and have been debugging it with the Mimicry team itself. So it's coming.
The goal is to create a price feed for NFTs that can't be manipulated by someone who just buys a whole bunch of NFTs or sells or puts a whole bunch up for sale, changing the floor price. Anybody that holds a lot of an NFT collection can make the floor price whatever they want. So you got to figure out a way to prevent gaming that.
Yeah, but they're a cool project. Hopefully, it should be launched Q1 next year. So we're looking forward to it. All right. Well, thanks everyone. Yeah. See you guys next week.
Bye, guys.